Hello and welcome back to Struggle for the Iliac Bay. We're going to participate in the tournament here, mostly because Queen Akarithi is not available right now, because obviously the tournament's up and running, so we're going to do a little bit of fisticuffs here, a little bit of thrusting into our opponent's faces, and yes, I think I only need to kill one person to get through. There we go. Alright. So this is obviously going to be a pretty interesting situation, mostly because I haven't really gone into a tournament when we've had a significantly strong character, well, not in this mod at the very least, and I'm going to be very interested to see how effective we can be with such a high, or supposedly high, weapon proficiency, because that is obviously a big deal. That is a very, very big deal, because usually I'm going to go into tournaments early on, and most of the time, you know, it's not really going to make that much difference, you know? It's not going to make that much difference, because we do have a lot of enemies that are significantly difficult to deal with, and, well, this might inherently be one of those times where, well, apparently not. Maybe one of those times where we're having huge issues, but no, apparently that is not indeed the case. I mean, most of these guys are actually just regular fighters. I'm kind of surprised about that, but I guess we should be very thankful for it, because they might indeed prove themselves to be the most dangerous individuals in the land, and thankfully that is not the case here, because as you can see, they just got absolutely murdered. Anyway, 3 teams with 1 fighter each, that's a free-for-all, and we do have a wonderful polearm here. So let me see if I can... Oh, there we go. Okay, that was some damage. Some guy did some damage. Not really as effective as I was hoping, but yeah, that is definitely his thing, isn't it? Yeah, he generally tends to do some damage, not amazingly. There we go. Okay, that was... What? How was he able to do 41 damage there and then only 26 before? I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me what was going on with that, but yeah, he's one of those guys, isn't he? Yeah, he's one of those guys where, you know, he just immediately thinks to himself, oh yes, I will do more damage now, and then he does. Ah, this guy is throwing... He's actually using thrown weapons? Okay, that's really interesting. I am actually kind of a bit surprised that this guy is still alive, but I guess that's the wonderful hitbox of his shield right there. Anyway, there we go. Let's see. Okay. Oh no, I've got a thrown weapon. Okay, I've got a thrown weapon. This is maybe going to be a bit problematic. Or not, as the case may be, because apparently I just got a 45 damage headshot. I have no idea how that even happened, because let's face it, I don't have any thrown skill. But there you go. And wow, that guy, he had no idea. He had no idea who he was facing, did he? No, he didn't. Okay, can I go into the feast now and actually speak to her? No, of course not. Okay, we're gonna have to wait until the feast is over, and then we'll be able to do something like that. Ah, and it appears as though the Grand Duchy of North Point has now decided to declare war against our wonderful Daggerfall. And we have finally met with her. Yes, she's finally here. Alright, so, my queen, as you wish. I have defeated Lord Kavar's army and taken the traitor as a prisoner. Well, if it isn't my loyal Lord Kavar come back to me, did you really believe you could escape my wrath? Guards, take him downstairs and execute him immediately. Some guy, I knew I could count on you. The friendship of the Queen of Sentinel is reward enough, but I have prepared some more tangible gifts for you as well. And as you can see, she gave us some experience, some cash, and, oh, actually a huge amount of cash in actual fact, 8,000 dinars, as well as a crescent axe. Alright, thank you. Alright, I have no idea how good the axe is. Let's take a look. Oh, it's very good. It's very nice. Obviously not as good as what we have currently, because it is obviously a lifesteal weapon that we're using right now, but it is still very nice. and I am still very pleased with it. Okay. Take a couple of things. Let's go into the tavern here, and we're gonna take a quick look at which faction is currently at war against us. Do we want this? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Not right now, at least. Okay, Daggerfall is at war against... I mean, it's definitely not these guys, for sure. I'm going to assume it's the blue faction. No, it isn't. Okay. The dark blue faction? No. Ah, down there. Okay. Let's go down there and see what's up. By the way, I have increased my damage modifiers as well, because obviously we were a little bit, shall we say, immune to death. So hopefully this time around it will be a little bit more dangerous. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yes, I remember, actually. I took a quest for the Great Hero, and as you can see, I completely forgot. Oh, I forgot this was a thing, actually. I literally forgot that we had this, and the Great Hero was in this area the entire time. And, well, thankfully, that's the wonders of playing a mod where the quests don't have any duration, and you can complete them at your leisure, you know. I absolutely love that. That is always a wonderful thing indeed. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to throw this thing. There we go. Throw the Frost Atronak over there, and hopefully he's going to do some damage. We're going to tell our people to charge in as well, and my Dremora will be summoned next to me too. And as I said, our damage modifiers have been increased, so it is very, very likely that I will probably be dying quite fast. Just depends. It just depends on what kinds of enemies we're going to be facing, of course, because I don't know what this guy has available. It could be that we're running into an absolutely shocking demise here, which is it is a possibility. Whoa, I've done no damage so far, and yet my blade has regenerated my HP. That is, wow, that is actually kind of hilarious. Okay, yeah, because obviously here's the funny thing. I am actually, if you didn't already know this, I think it's probably pretty obvious by now, but if you didn't already know this, I am using WSE2 to launch the mod, because I personally believe that that is the superior way to play Warband nowadays. You know, it's just so much better than the default launcher. And generally, what's really cool about that is that it provides you with a bunch of different options, or shall we say enhanced options, as in the damage modifier is no longer just like this flat, you know, normal, easy, very easy, you know. It no longer has that anymore, and instead it provides you with an actual percentage, which I personally am a big fan of. And what you can do is you can go all the way, as far as I'm aware at least, I haven't gone to any of the extremes in regards to the damage modifier, but I always feel like the more options the better, right? More customizations the better. And in that fashion, it goes all the way from 25%, which is obviously the I think, is it 25%, or it could be 10%? I actually don't know how low it goes, but it goes pretty low. And then you also have it going far above 100%. It can literally go far above 100% in terms of the damage you take, which is pretty crazy in itself. So that is just crazy good. And in my opinion, that is exactly the reason why you want to use something like WSE2, just because it provides you with so much more customization. And there is Oriel's shield, which we have just gained, and I gotta say, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's got 41 resistance. 41 resistance. Yeah, that's a pretty incredible thing. That is a very, very good amount of resistance for a shield. So yeah, that's just something to bear in mind if you want to do that. And as you could quite clearly tell, the actual fight against the Great Hero in this situation was not that difficult. It was pretty easy. So I don't know. It just very much depends, obviously, if you are running around with a with an army similar in strength to mine. because that's obviously very much going to depend on whether you're successful or not, I suppose. But one thing you got to take into account, however, is the fact that the insane amounts of damage that we can do just purely with our summons. As I've said before, I've always talked about this. I've talked about, you know, the Dremora and the Frost Atronak and various other Atronachs that you can summon. They are just so incredibly impactful in minimizing the amount of damage that you take, but also maximizing the damage that the enemy takes, because they're free units. They're basically just completely free. You don't even have to, you know, you don't have to pay them anything. They're just literally right there, and they just murder everything in sight, which I very much appreciate. Anyway, we're going to be doing a similar thing this time. We're going to get the Dremora up and running as well. And, oh yeah, WSE2 also obviously has a much greater degree of field of view slider. So basically you get more of a, you know, just an easier way to sort of see what's going on. And it's a lot better in that regard. Absolutely love it. So yeah, I generally tend to use WSE2 with basically every single mod that I launch in Warband now, just purely because of that, just because it does have so many really good settings that fundamentally improve the gameplay experience. And obviously it does make it, as far as I'm aware at least, it does make it less likely for you to crash as well. But I could be wrong about that. I don't really know that much about the technical side of things. All I see is what's right in front of me, and obviously the settings are, in my opinion, enough to constitute just going for it, you know what I mean? It's really nice. Anyway, that is indeed a victory for us. Look at this, absolute insanity. And I've already told you that I've increased my damage modifiers. I increased them by 50%. So this is kind of a bit weird. Because beforehand I was playing on I think it was like 50-30, 50-40. I don't know, I can't remember now, but we're now playing on I think it's like 90-80 or something like that. I think, I don't know. I'm gonna actually increase it again. And we're gonna see how much is going to be enough for us to actually get close to dying. Alright, so I was actually incorrect before. Yes, I was actually incorrect before. I actually thought that you'd be able to increase the damage modifier to far above 100%. I'm going to say I was wrong about that, so my apologies. It just goes to show I've never actually explored the damage modifier that much. I always just kind of leave it at a default value, and I don't actually change it that much. But yeah, anyway. I'm now playing on 100%. Okay, 100% damage modifier for myself and 80% for my friends, because let's face it, the AI is kind of stupid at times, and I don't really want them to get killed just because they are being a bit dumb. You know, sometimes that's just how things are. But let's just see what happens, because I'm very intrigued about this. I'm very much thinking to myself, okay, how is it going to go if I have 100%, because you can see here I have 100% increased damage, and you can see here that the enemy is still unable to deal any damage to me. And the main reason for that is because of my armor, of course. It has nothing to do with the damage modifier, as you can quite clearly see here. We did lose one of our Black Worm Ascended Liches, but, you know, that is indeed just, you know, that's just how things go, unfortunately. And we can indeed go over to Manny Marker, and we might be able to get another one of those. To be honest, we might very well just go over to him and just get a bunch of those guys, get a bunch of Necromancers and level those fellows up. That's probably going to be the way to go. But yeah, you can see here that I basically am not dying in any way. I am just not taking any damage, and if I do take damage, I'm going to be healing it up almost instantaneously. So yeah, that's exactly the reason why I personally say that, you know, playing RPGs, like I said before, it's just kind of like that example, metaphor, analogy, whatever you want to call it. That's basically what I said before, where it's basically like the hero doing a bunch of side quests before they begin, you know, doing the obligatory slaying the rats in the basement you know, sort of tutorial quest or whatever, and then you all of a sudden have, yeah, as you can see, I literally took 26 damage from falling, and that's the 100%, you see. That is the 100% increased damage. That's how you can see that I'm indeed telling the truth about that. Because I know some people think I'm lying about it for some reason. I don't know why I would do that, but yes, anyway. That's the point. We're good. I mean, look at this. Look, we're taking this with very minimal casualties. Even so, my, you know, damage modifiers are now really, really high. And I could probably die from falling damage just purely by falling off these stairs multiple times. Thankfully, I am not that bad, okay? I am not that bad. I am quite bad, but I'm not that bad at falling off things. And this is going to be a very, very swift victory for us. And indeed, a victory for the Kingdom of Daggerfall. Indeed. Yes. And I gotta say, I'm actually kind of a bit disappointed that a lot of our Black Worm fellows ended up dying. Because I don't know, it feels a bit sad, you know? It feels a bit sad that they were killed. It takes a long time to level those guys up, so that's yeah, that's definitely the reason. It's going to take a long time to get some of the replacements back up to scratch. And there it is, 10 renown for us right there. And we do get, oh, okay. We do get a couple of rescued prisoners that might be kind of fun to take. I don't know how good they are, but yeah, anyway, we are indeed still a mercenary. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to lay claim to any of these wonderful things. There is a consecrated tomb here, which I wouldn't mind taking a look at. So we're going to go down there and actually have a look. Look at how much cash I'm making from... Yeah, this is exactly also the reason why maybe it's a good idea to remain a mercenary, at least for a certain amount of time. Obviously, you don't really want to remain a mercenary for as long as I have, but we're gaining 11,000 in profit just purely because of my mercenary contract. Kind of crazy. Anyway, you arrive at the entrance of a seemingly well-kept tomb built of polished stone bricks. Whoever is buried inside seems to have received many visitors during the years since his passing. Enter the paladin's tomb. Alright, okay. Hello there. I am indeed a Daedric lord of some kind, and so he's probably not going to be very pleased with me being here. I'm going to assume. I like the light that's coming in from the window there as well. It's displaying his holiness, of course. Yes, indeed. I have a bad feeling that I'm going to be attacked here. Is that true? Hello? Oh, yep, there we go. Hello there, sir. Pilgrims, I will slaughter you. I will slaughter all of you pilgrims. Yes, indeed. They have no right to be here. I am the evildoer, yes. Okay, wait. No, we're fine. I will just murder everything that I can. I am obviously the... am I the evil here? Am I the evil here? Or am I actually ridding the tomb of evil right now? Because I actually don't know. Because I'm kind of thinking to myself that I'm the evil here, and I'm trespassing. I think that's probably the case, which I find quite amusing. Okay, wait. Ah, an ancestral paladin, a holy tome, and a knightly heater shield. Yeah, some of this stuff is absolutely insane, because you can see there that gave me, what was it now, 26 resistance. I think 26 resistance is kind of crazy for a shield that you could just pick up randomly. You know, because obviously we did get Oriel's shield from the hero, you know, from the old hero, ancient hero. I don't even remember now what that guy was called, but basically that hero allowed us to pick up a shield that was like what is it, 46 or something, 46 resistance, which is just bonkers. I mean, really, it is. Okay, there we go. Silver armor with tabard. Okay, yeah. So generally, you can buy the silver armor with tabard, as we've seen earlier in the series. You can buy that for, I think it's like a package deal with the helmet for 10,000 or something like that. So not that expensive, but you can find it for free in this very tomb. So if you want to, Well, it's available, you know, it is indeed available. And that's also one of the main wonderful things about, you know, RPGs in general. You're always going to be able to, potentially, if they give you a certain degree of freedom, you will be able to acquire certain pieces of gear through various means. And I'm talking about unsavory means, potentially, you know, some unsavory, sneaky things that you could potentially do. And I personally think that that is indeed the whole reason why RPGs are great. Because you then have the choice, you know, you can have the choice of what you want to do, how you want to progress, who you want to fight, what kinds of things you want to steal, and so on. And obviously in the case of Skyrim and Oblivion, I actually don't even know whether you can do that in Oblivion, but, you know, obviously you can put people... Well, could you... now I'm not sure whether I'm getting mixed up between them, but you could put pots on people's heads, couldn't you? You could put pots on people's heads, and if you put a pot on a person's head, on an NPC's head, then they can't see you. And so basically what you could do is you could put the pot on someone's head, and then you could steal something right in front of them. Yeah, that's a thing that I did one or two times, once or twice, maybe. Not entirely sure. I can't remember now whether I did that, but yes, I certainly did. Anyway, let's see. What do we have here, though? Shield of the legendary hero Aladdin, the holy knight who sought to set all wrongs right. And this provides passive regeneration. And it also gives us a spear, which is a magical weapon, as well as a helmet and an icon as well. Wow, that's actually pretty crazy. I actually wonder if I wear this, do I gain the passive regeneration without having it actually on? As in, can I just put it on my back and it provides me with the passive regeneration? Because if it does, this has now just become the most immune character that I have ever played. This is the most, probably one of the most powerful characters in regards to survivability that I've ever played. And that is saying something, isn't it? That is saying something. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.